this is JJ DiGeronimo, the president of Purposeful Woman, and I'm joined today with Cathy Posner, the owner of Transition Consulting and Coaching. Hi, Cathy.
Hi, JJ.
I have a question for you. Many high-impact women are wondering where to put their other activities on their resume, activities that are not exactly the role or job they hold, but things they do in the community, at school, or even in their everyday lives.
This is a real critical part of your story. And I got to tell you, I don't know a single high-impact woman that doesn't do a million other things outside of their regular 9-to-5 job, or in some cases 8-to-7 job. We know this. We are multitaskers. We do a lot of different things and have a lot of different things on our plates. Many of them are very high-powered volunteer activities or just regular volunteer activities. There was a time years ago when no one wanted to see that information on a resume. However, things have changed, and now I like to include what I label as a volunteer and community involvement section. This will be the last section appearing on your resume, which one gives the reader a choice to read it or not read it, and two will appear at the end. So again, not as much emphasis is placed on it. However, I urge women to include, or anyone who's writing a resume, to include any volunteer activity that you feel like adds to you or describing you in your story in terms of your well-roundedness. Companies like to see that you're actively involved in other organizations. It means that you're out there, and you're potentially out there talking about the company that you work for as well. So it's really beneficial to include your volunteer activities in a resume. I would caution that there are some, of course, that you want to be careful of. There's some religious things that I would walk through, and sort of we would have more of a talk about whether it's beneficial or not to include that. Anything political or controversial, I would recommend, thinking twice about putting that on. But if you have a leadership position, for example, at your church, if you're treasurer of your church council, that's a leadership position. It doesn't matter that it's the church included. It's very important to be on there to tell your story.
I think that's great, Cathy. Great advice. And I also think it's great because oftentimes it gives a little bit more expertise or a different view into a person, because their day job may not deal with numbers, or they may not be collecting money, whereas in their civic services and volunteer, they actually develop additional skills that could be beneficial for their next job.
Absolutely. Companies like WellRounded. You will hear it over and over again. And more specifically, I should say, the companies that you ladies want to work for like WellRounded. So you want to show that on your document, that you are well-rounded and you get it.
That's great. Thank you, Cathy.
You're welcome.
Need help with your resume? Take advantage of Purposeful Woman's discount code, PWResume, and contact Cathy today. She has helped with my resume and many women in my extended network, and I can assure you she will help you too.